The longer I do carnivore, the more I am convinced it is the fountain of youth. You know, almost a decade ago, a little less than a decade ago, I was really buying into that whole superfood, super grain, health food movement. And there were so many lies, especially surrounding sugar. Like, I worked in a smoothie bar and everyone was like, oh, well, agave doesn't hit your bloodstream as fast, so you're not going to get that unhealthy blood sugar spike. There was these chocolate bars made with coconut sugar, and the company was saying the same thing. Oh, coconut sugar is so much better for you. You're not going to get the blood sugar spike. First of all, I think all of this is just horse feathers. And second of all, even if that particular kind of sugar maybe is more natural, it's all the, like, what else is in that milk chocolate bar besides coconut sugar? All of the flours and the grains and everything like that. And when I was 34, I had been leaning into this hard for about 5 years. Now, by the time I hit 34, I had a ton of visceral fat around my waist. My waist was almost 40 inches. And I was heavier than ever. My hair looked awful. My skin looked terrible. And I was 34, people thought I was in my 50s. Like, you know, and you know how you can tell that's true because you'll talk to someone you've never met before and they'll kind of compare you and they'll be like, oh, you know, people our age. And I'm looking at these women and I'm like, you're like 52. We are not the same age. But the way that they were talking, they really believed that. Over the past couple of years especially, I've been starting to try to get my health back, and I've realized more and more, the more I cut out sugars and grains, the more physically fit and athletic that I'm looking. My waist especially has been going down. I haven't measured my waist lately. I should do that. I did take a lot of measurements in the beginning. But before I turned 40, I did a 90-day carnivore, and by the time I was done with the 90 days, I said, this is for me. This takes away all of the food noise, the sugar addictions I was dealing with for years. It's like, oh, well, I have to have a candy bar. And if I'm going to have a candy bar, I guess I'll make it organic chocolate with coconut sugar. No, I was overweight and unhealthy. So I did the 90 days, and now I'm probably coming up to about 120. And now I'm officially in my 40s. And yeah, I'm going to be doing carnivore for 40 more. And today at the gym, there was a gentleman, and I was working out next to him. I wasn't working out with him, but I had my trainer there and he had his trainer, and we were both working legs. So we were pretty much in the same machines the entire time. And so he was about maybe 3 feet away from me, and we were all just kind of getting to chatting for the hour. And at the end of the hour, he made one of those comments. He had mentioned along the way that he was 33. And then he made one of those comments. He's like, oh, you know, people our age. And I was like, wow. When I was leaning into all of this superfood, oh, puppy. When I was leaning into all of this superfood, health food, all this stuff so healthy for you, I was still completely addicted to snacking and sugar. And now, just you know, a couple of years of trying to, I finally went more keto a couple of years ago because I thought I remembered when I was doing more meat and vegetables, I was thinner and fitter. And so that helped me lose a lot of the weight. But then the past 120 days doing carnivore, it's been unreal. I'm finally getting the body I had back from before I ever worked at the health food store and gave in to all the super fruits and all the superfoods. And you know, agave is fine for you. Just pour the agave right in. It's not going to hurt you. It doesn't hit your blood sugar. It's all hogwash. People are just trying to sell products. And yeah, that was like that was a big deal for me today when he said that, like, oh, you know, people our age. And I was like, wow. When I was leaning into all of this health food stuff, people thought I was like 15 years older than I was after introducing it into my body for 5 years and just looking. And you know what else? Whenever I would get sick, it would last forever. I mean, I was like physically appearing older, colds that linger a long time. Maybe I was even, physically becoming older biologically than I was really supposed to be. So look at these lazy puppies. Look at these lazy puppies. Just having a doggy of a day. Yeah, they're carnivore. They're carnivore. They love it. They love their chicken and they love cheese. Oh boy. I just wanted to share that today. Anybody out there who is struggling with carnivore, I struggled. It took me a couple of times. You know why it took me a couple of times to do carnivore? Because I would do it for 30 days and I was still in this mindset of rewarding myself with like, oh, I'm going to have a cheat day. We're going to order pizza. We're going to do this and that. But all it would do was kick me straight out of carnivore because that stuff is so addictive. It wouldn't just be a cheat day. 3 days later, I'd be eating a bowl of ice cream and then we'd have pancakes for dinner, but we'll make them, it'll be almond flour or a different rice flour, some kind of other flour. And yeah, it doesn't work. And when I finally made the commitment to go the full 90, the first couple of months, I mean, right up almost until the very end, I was like, I was planning a vacation and I was like, oh, I'm gonna eat all this. We're gonna go visit this candy store and we're gonna do all this, still in that mindset. And by the time I got to the 90 days, I was like, I saw that scale, I saw my body, I just, the food noise, finally, after a lifetime of being a complete sugarholic, all of that addictive food noise finally calmed down. And also what I realized is you just have to make the commitment to stick with it a little longer. I was the queen of setting goals for like 2 or 3 weeks because, we all want results right now. I'm glad I did the 90 days because it was the first time in my life I set like a real diet. I don't like using the word diet. If anything, carnivore is the first time I've ever felt like I'm not actually on a diet because I crave the food I eat and I eat until I'm full. But it really showed me the power of actually setting long-term goals and making the commitment to going through the whole process, even if you're white-knuckling at first, even if you're not sure if it's going to work. Commit to the 90 days and go all the way through it. So, doesn't like the thunder. Doesn't like the thunder, so I'm gonna go take care of this big baby for a little while. But I hope that just encourages you guys today. Especially, start with vanity. Carnivore for looks. Not a lot of people talk about that, but hey, we'll take it. All right. Well, I hope you guys are having a really good day today and keep on keeping on. Bye.